Hi everyone, this is Mike Maitland from TEFL Heaven. I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Peter Allen.
And we're here just to talk to Pete about his time in Thailand and to tell us a little bit about what he thinks about Thailand and maybe some advice for you as well. So, Pete, excited to be here with you?
Thrilled, Mike. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, so what are you here for? Tell us why you're here at the minute.
Right now, I'm about to embark on the next journey for the whole new bunch of TEFL trainees.
Right.
Of which I will be a trainer.
Right, so we've chosen you to be a trainer for the courses this time in Thailand, and how are you feeling about that?
Thrilled, absolutely thrilled, can't wait.
We always love Pete coming back because he's got an enormous sense of humour. It sometimes sets us off a little bit into not knowing what he's meaning. Is he actually joking, or is he telling the truth, or what? And that's what we like about him. But Pete, I want to ask you, how long have you been in Thailand?
So far, I'm 5 years now.
Wow. And what made you want to get on that plane and come here?
Well, I've always felt like it didn't belong in England. It just never felt like home to me, and Asia always seemed like somewhere desirable to be. So I eventually got to a position where I could leave everything back in England and come here. I've never looked back since.
Did you have any fears or any apprehension about leaving the country, or were you pretty happy-go-lucky?
Quite happy-go-lucky, yeah. It's always daunting coming to a country where you can't speak the native language and you don't know what the food situation is, and not knowing who you're going to be with that you can actually communicate with. But you just got to let it go and go for it.
And what was your landing like? I don't mean your plane landing, but I mean your first couple of weeks and your first couple of months. How did that go for you?
Roller coaster.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ups and downs. My first school was in the middle of nowhere, literally the middle of nowhere, and I didn't know what I was getting into.
You asked for that though, right?
I did, yeah. But even though it was still a massive shock.
Because I remember calling you and be like, by the way, I have this school, it's in the middle of a national park, so there's nothing around, and you were like, that's exactly what I want.
Perfect. And it was it's done me. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but the most rewarding being there, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah. And were you actually in Khao Yai National Park?
It was in the borders of the park.
Oh, it was the borders, okay. Did you visit the park much?
Not often.
Right.
You just had to step outside where I lived, and there was just fields and jungle, so didn't really need to go.
And the nearest 7-Eleven was how far away?
23 kilometres away.
23 kilometres, okay.
Down dirt tracks, no road lights, street lights.
Yeah, and just a question on that, because the previous teacher sort of complained to me that there was no way to get food. How did you get past that?
Well, I could just go for a walk down the street, and you come across a house dotted around here and there. And as soon as they saw someone walking, because people don't walk around there, because it's so remote, they just drive everywhere, bikes.
Right.
They knew who I was, because I was the only foreign teacher in the area, the only white man.
Right.
Native English speaker.
You kind of stick out a bit as well.
Massively,
yeah.
quite tall, yeah.
Yeah.
And they would just come and give me food, ask me to come and sit with them, drink whiskey or have a beer with them. And I just get given food.
So did you have a lot of Thai friends then at that time?
All my friends were Thai.
Right, wow.
Yeah.
So how's your Thai coming along?
It's okay. It's kind of stopped since I moved from that town.
Okay.
The progression has got a bit slower, but...
Is it because you're hanging around more foreigners that speak English? Is that kind of...
Yes.
Okay. So that was your first experience, and by the way, just for the benefit of the viewers, that's not what everybody gets. In fact, hardly anybody gets put in the middle of nowhere, but that's what you wanted, and so I came up and I called you when you were still in the UK, and you said yes. But you moved to a more common type of placement after that, right?
Yeah.
Something that would be more common for people that come on our programme to go on. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that. Where was it? What was it like?
Okay, so the next place was down the south of Thailand towards the Malaysian border. Okay. In a small town, which was very lively, we'll say lively.
Okay.
So there were bars in every corner. The nightlife was extreme. A bit dangerous though. No, Tung Song.
Tung Song?
In Nakhon Si Thammarat.
Oh yeah, Nakhon Si Thammarat, okay.
Mm-hmm. So complete opposite to where I lived before, which I went a bit crazy. Just a few nights out.
What do you mean?
Just like I spend all my money straight away. Go to
Oh,
bars.
right.
I could go to a bar.
Oh, you saved loads of money when you were in Khao Yai though, right?
No.
Okay.
I just bought stuff online and had it delivered to where I lived.
Okay. Okay, so there was no change then to spending all your money there, to spending all your money...
Yeah, that's kind of just what I do.
Okay. Okay, so, and how many other teachers were around you at that point?
So that was really different. So there was about 20 in the whole town.
Wow. Okay.
At various different schools.
Awesome. And how long did you stay there for?
Year and a half.
And then, where did you go after that? And that's where you are right now, right?
That's right, yeah. So now I'm in Nakhon Pathom, which is about an hour and a half west of Bangkok.
Okay.
And there's 21 foreign teachers at my school alone.
Wow.
And it's a happy medium between the first town and the second town. So there's one bar, which closes at midnight.
Right.
And not really much else to do.
Okay.
But there's 7-Elevens and shops and stuff.
Yeah. So you've got everything that you need. You're not in the middle of nowhere, but you're not in a crazy place. So is this better, or is this...
Each one has their own benefits.
Okay.
And they've all got the pros and cons. But right now I think is good for where I am, like mentally right now.
Okay. So, I mean, people who are going to be watching this are people that are at home, either in America and the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, or maybe another country, and they're thinking, I don't know if I want to go away and do this. Like, there's quite a few things I'm afraid of, but what would you say to sort of inspire them to make that move?
Well, you're always going to be scared of things that of the unknown, and unless you do it, then you'll never know. So, if you're even thinking about it, that must mean that you've got some kind of desire to do it. If you can, do it now, because in a few years you might not be able to. You might have obligations, family.
Yeah.
So, just do it, and don't look back.
And what has living and teaching in Thailand given you as a person, like in terms of attributes, or like, if it has given you anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's increased my confidence like a massive amount. I would never... I mean, even now I'm still quite nervous when I'm about to teach, but I have like anxiety problems and some other like mental health issues.
But it's a good thing to be nervous, right? Because if you didn't, you wouldn't care as much.
Possibly, it's one way of looking at it, yeah.
I think,
but,
anyway.
But now I'm very confident in... As soon as I start teaching, I am the most confident person that I know of.
Right.
And I've gained this sort of like sense of humour as well, which I never used to have.
Are you sure? Because I've always known that sense of humour.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me just check my questions. Do you know what? I think I've finished all my questions. So thank you so much, Pete, for helping us out. And I hope that's inspired someone to want to live and teach abroad. And if you are interested and you want to get in touch, then you can somehow comment or email us or do something like that, and we'll get back and answer all your questions. And maybe you'll meet Pete.
Also, if you wanted to speak to me directly about anything, to ask about my experience, then I'm fine with that.
Just say, can I speak to Pete? And then I'll get you in contact with him, and then he'll chat to you. That's very nice of you, actually.
Happy days.
Awesome. Cheers.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.